Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Hammond Collection Dr. Ellie Sattler. Now, I originally didn't want to pick this figure up, that Beyond the Gates thing that Target does or whatever, when they announced this figure in the Dilophosaurus, they also announced the whole NFT thing, and I think after that, I didn't want to, invest money in the Hammond collection because like any sane person, I think NFTs are total garbage. But I'm looking around online and I'm seeing people with their Hammond collection figures and they're like really cool like dioramas and just looking at the figures like in the stores like they look really good and now it's just kind of like I don't I feel bad for giving Mattel money towards this whole NFT thing like cuz inevitably that's what they're trying to do like when you buy a figure like you're also investing money into their whole NFT scam or whatever but it's like these are really nice figures. I'm sorry, I just can't say no to these. So yeah, say what you want. Oh Zach, you're a sellout, but I just love the Hammond collection. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah. Anyway, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. So let's just get right into this. Of course, to start this review, we'll take a look at the paint. And the painting on this figure is very nice. So let's take a closer look at that. So starting off with the head here, her hair is casted in this very bright shade of yellow, sort of color scheme going on, which I think fits. And the painting on her face looks good. It's not sloppy or anything like that. Everything is painted very neatly and properly. And even something to point out, because I remember with the Legacy Collection Lex Murphy figure, that character had like blonde hair, but like that figure, like they gave her like black eyebrows for some reason. I don't get why, but the eyebrows here actually match the hair on this figure, so that's nice. Of course, her jacket, shirt thing, whatever you want to call it, is painted a nice salmon color, which looks good, and her shirt underneath is painted a nice blue. The watch here is painted pretty nicely as well. Well, it's very small, but like again, it's like it still looks very neat, and yeah, it looks good. The painting on her pants here again looks great. Her belt is painted neatly, and her khaki shorts are they're casted in this grayish material, which again I think looks good. And of course, going down to the feet here, we can see that the socks are painted a nice shade of white, and the boots here I think are painted brown. They could have looked a little better, but honestly, it still doesn't look terrible. I think there's a little too much like I don't know, it just kind of makes the detailing look less impressive, but still, the painting here is not terrible on the boots. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. Let me stand her up. There we go. The painting on this figure is good. I like it a lot. So the painting here, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and honestly, the articulation here, it's the same as the other Hammond Collection human figures, so I won't go into too much detail, but just to quickly kind of show, the head is on a ball joint. The arms can move outwards and move 360 like so. There is a bend at the elbow here. One thing to point out, I think this figure, so the sleeve here, it's a separate piece from the forearm here, obviously, so because that's why the figure can bend her elbow like that. But I think they gave me like two left sleeve pieces because when I bend her elbow here, I almost said shoulder. When I bend her elbow here, it doesn't really like go all the way. Whereas this arm, it bends perfectly like that. So yeah. Not the end of the world, but still something I think is worth pointing out. Just a little bit of a QC issue there, which is a little unfortunate. The waist is on a ball joint. And also the wrists, I almost forgot, the wrists can bend inwards like so, outwards like so, and move 360. So, yeah, this figure can't kick that far, but not back too far, unfortunately. And move her legs outwards like so, We have a double bend in the knees here. And the feet are on swivels. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. And the articulation here, I think, is good. You know, I like it a lot. The articulation here works well. So, yeah, the articulation on this figure gets a pass. Before we take a look at the sculpt, I just want to point out some of the accessories that this figure comes with. Of course, this accessory here, this is the extinct leaf that she was looking at in the first movie. So, it's pretty cool that they included that. And lastly, we have the gloves that Ellie Sattler uses to investigate why the Triceratops is sick, complete with shit and everything. Now, we'll take a look at the sculpting on this figure, and the sculpting on this figure is good. Yeah, you know, I think this figure captures the likeness of Laura Dern very nicely. The sculpting here overall just looks great, and yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. It's just a very, like, you know, screen accurate looking Laura Dern from Jurassic Park. It looks good. So, yeah. I don't know, the sculpting on this figure, it looks good. It gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure is very nice. So let's take a closer look at that. So, starting off at the hair here, we can see that it is detailed very nicely. It kind of looks like spaghetti. But that's besides the point. You know, this is a smaller figure, so I get, like, not being able to do, like, extreme hair detail like that. And honestly, for what it is, I think it looks good. The detailing on the face looks good. Again, like I mentioned earlier, it captures the likeness of Laura Dern very nicely. And even her salmon-colored, like, jacket coat thing, whatever, the detailing here is really nice. All the wrinkles and whatnot look great. And even the detailing on her shirt, again, just looks really nice. Her watch here has a lot of decent detailing as well. It's very small, so there's not going to be a whole lot, but you know, for what it is, it looks good. The pants are detailed very nicely as well. All the wrinkles and folds and everything like that, you know, detailed very nicely. So, yeah, it looks good. And even on the boots here, the detailing looks good. But I think there's too much paint, which kind of makes the detailing here look a little sloppy. So it could have looked a little better, but there's still some detailing here, and I think it looks pretty decent. And also, the socks are detailed very nicely as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. The detailing on this figure looks really good, you know? So, yeah, the detailing is great, so I'd say it gets a pass. Now, we'll do some size comparisons. Here we have a custom figure that I actually made. Here we have the Legacy Collection, Ellie Sattler. And what I did, I took the Claire Deering figure, I completely dismantled that figure, and I gave the arms to this figure as well as the jacket. So now we have Dr. Ellie Sattler in a raincoat, just like in the movie, which I'm kind of glad I did. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but I'm glad I saved money so I don't have to buy that new stupid, like, Ellie Sattler in the raincoat set that's coming out at some point next year. Like, kind of a waste of money a waste of sculpting in my opinion, or a waste of money too, but I don't know. When are we gonna get a Legacy Collection Gennaro? We have the Hammond Collection one, where's the Legacy Collection Gennaro? But I digress. So, there's this custom figure that I made. Here we have the original unaltered Legacy Collection, Dr. Ellie Sattler. Here we have the Hammond Collection, Triceratops. And I think, she scales well with the trike. Of course, I have to bring it in. Here is the Kenner, Dr. Ellie Sattler. And again, I say this all the time, I know, but I love Kenner. Please don't get me wrong, Kenner, love it to death, but the Hammond Collection one is better, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. And of course, like usual, here we have some hand sanitizer. And here we have Dr. Billy Grant. So at the end of the day, should you get this figure? Yes, I think that this is a very nice figure. Um, yeah, it's a nice articulated Ellie Sattler figure that scales well with other Mattel dinosaur figures, and yeah, overall I think this is a really nice figure here. As far as price tags go, you're looking at about like 12 to 15 bucks, which is honestly not bad at all. So, yeah, for a little figure like this, and the quality here is very nice. I mean, like I said, my figure has two left sleeve pieces, which is a little annoying, but this figure still completely functions on its own, and I think it's nice. So, yeah, overall, I like this figure, and I definitely recommend that you pick her up. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.